Hello students, Jubilee students, how are you? I'm with Dave Brewis today, so we're celebrating the end of Movember and Dave's come in just to tell us a little bit about himself. If you can't see, he has been doing some Movember. But Dave, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Students. I am one of the student small group leaders. I go to Coventry University. I'm currently in my third year. I study industrial product design. I'm in my third year and then I'll have 1 year left afterwards to be my fourth and final year. And I'm also engaged to the lovely lady Catherine, who you might have met. She's wonderful. She's also in her third year.
Is she taking part in Movember?
She has been, but she's not done very well. She had to give up halfway just because
she wasn't getting anywhere.
Yeah, she was finding it quite disheartening.
Yep.
Seeing some of the other people having a lot more success than she was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprising, I thought she might do quite well, but she... we'll talk about that later.
You can interview her.
Sorry, did you finish talking? Or?
Yes.
That's it. Okay, well, now, how have you been finding Movember? You weren't raising money for it, were you? It was a bit more banterous.
Yeah, I haven't been, to be perfectly honest, I don't feel worthy to raise money for Movember. I'm considering myself at the moment to be sort of in training, and so I feel like when I feel like I'm having a bit more success, like people walking down the street can actually see that I'm taking part in Movember, then it'll be a bit more appropriate for me to try and get sponsored and raise money. But obviously, I'm still trying to raise awareness for testicular cancer and the great work and the massive amount of funding that's needed in that area.
Yeah, that's brilliant. So, I mean, yours at the moment isn't as embarrassing. Yours is quite stylish at the moment. We'll get a close up of it. But yours is quite stylish, really, isn't it?
Well, thank you very much. Right near the start, I thought about what I was actually going to aim for. I didn't want to aim too high. I didn't want to aim too low.
No.
So I know that obviously Movember, the Mo is very important.
Yeah.
But I figured that on its own would be a little bit kind of sleazy.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't look great. So I thought I'd go as well for a small patch underneath the lower lip. Some people refer to it as the soul patch. And in fact that's proved really important because that's actually the bit that a lot of people can see.
Right.
Where people often can't see the moustache.
Right.
They can see
the soul patch.
The soul patch.
So that's interesting.
And so somebody entering a room will first notice the soul patch, and then on coming closer, because they've noticed that, they'll then see the moustache and be able to comment on my partaking in Movember.
Alright. So that drags them in. This is the money shot. That's how it goes. Nice. Okay. Cool. Do you think you'll be doing it again?
Absolutely. I mean, as I said before, I think I'm in training, and really I'd like to take a play-by-play, year by year, look at how I'm doing, judge my progression, be very kind of brutal with myself in terms of my training.
How training? Talk us through that. What do you think you could do to train? Anything?
So in terms of training, I'm just trying to eat a lot of healthy food, get plenty of iron in my bloodstream, keep my growth levels as high as my body can maintain them. And really I'm finding also by shaving the other areas regularly, it's really maintaining the emphasis and actually finding that it's drawing the eye and the attention to Movember, which is of course really important, especially this time of year.
Okay, cool. So now next year you're going to be married. Is that going to be a problem for taking part in Movember?
Okay, well obviously this year I'm not married, but I am with another half.
Engaged.
You might say engaged to be married. So some of the same issues have arisen. I managed to actually, because obviously the growth is a bit slower and less noticeable than on some people, I managed to kind of sneak through the first week, and then when Catherine eventually brought it up and said, David, I'm noticing that there is some kind of
something on your upper lip, a coffee stain.
A coffee stain, a dirty shadow, whatever you want to call it. But by that point I was able to say, yes, I'm partaking in Movember, it's really important for me. There's already a week of growth that couldn't be wasted. And
Yep.
it took a while to come round to, but I think now that we've set a precedent, begun this process,
Yeah.
I think she's fully behind me in
Yeah.
terms of
She's submitted to it.
it's submitted to
Decision
leadership,
side.
but also she is she's definitely submitting, and I'm loving her, obviously,
Yeah.
like Christ loved the church.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
But also she's behind me. We're on the same team here. We
Yeah.
both want to see awareness and money raised for testicular cancer.
Yeah.
We both want to see my facial hair reach its
Yeah.
full potential.
Definitely.
Um,
I think we all do.
Oh, thank you very much.
I love the beard and the moustache. So
Yeah, thank you.
yes, yeah. No, that's brilliant. So it's coming to the end of term now. By the time this is uploaded, it's coming to the end of term. Students are going to be going home for Christmas.
Yeah.
Is there any advice you've got for students as they go home for Christmas, they spend time with their family, away from the student world?
Yeah.
Is there any advice?
It's a really interesting one, especially for freshers. I know I found in my first year that the Christmas holidays in your first year of university is really interesting because you've entered a really intense environment of meeting a lot of people, gaining some really close friends really quickly. And then suddenly you're back home for the Christmas holidays and it's very quiet, the pace of your life slows right down, you're just around your family, a lot of the friends that you've just been really close to, really full on for a long time are suddenly nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
And it can feel really boring and sad and slow. But actually I think it's a really great time to just really do take time out, value your family, honour your parents, which I found certainly. In terms of honouring my parents, I found that when you went back home, because you don't live with them full time anymore,
Yeah.
actually you're a lot more
Yeah.
able and mature to kind of do that.
To get along with them. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's good.
And you know, you've got another 2.5 years at university, so you'll be back before long
Exactly.
to party it up again.
For the second term, which is going to be a heavy term in the student world.
It is
It's
indeed.
going to be good. Okay, well Dave, thank you for that. If you want to get to know Dave more, just feel free to talk to him. You might not recognise him when he shaves off the facial hair, because I guess it might look completely different.
It's a bit of a Zorro scenario.
Yeah. But if you can recognise him, then do chat to him and find out a bit more about him.